Hello, welcome to Cataclysm Quick Tip number 51, where we will be discussing the power of trees. So hopefully everybody's aware in Cataclysm that you can chop trees down for wood as a resource. Lots of cool things you can do with that, but I wanted to point out a few alternative uses for chopping down trees. Here is an easy example. So let's say you were needing stone or rocks. This would be for things like building the charcoal kiln or a few other items. And if you can locate trees near sidewalks, roads, buildings, you can do things like this, where you say, chop down the tree, pick the tree you want, pick the direction towards the roadbed or sidewalk. And now if you examine that space, you have rebar and rock, and rebar and rock. So as you can see, if you've got a number of trees near the roadbed, you can keep dropping the trees onto the roadbed space and you'll have access to those additional resources in addition to the tree itself. Next thing I'd like to point out is that zombie is irritating. So let's kill that zombie. Alright, moving on. Here's another example. We've got a couple of trees right next to the sidewalk here. So we're going to go ahead and say, chop down that tree onto the sidewalk. This time we got 3 rocks, 7 rocks, and 6 rocks out of that one tree. And one more time. Oh, that one missed. There is a randomization in the direction that they fall, so you do have to be a little careful. You can have some pretty amusing things happen. There we go. That one also fell oddly. I told it to fall due north, and it picked that direction instead. But again, we got 5 rocks and 10 rocks. So, if you don't have a pickaxe, you don't have big fields nearby to go get rocks, and for whatever reason you can't burn a building down to get it, this is an alternative method. Now, another thing I wanted to point out was, if we go visit this local laboratory, and we go around to the side, there is a tree here right next to the wall, 2 trees next to the wall. If we take a look around, we've got a tree right up against the building there. So let's do an experiment. Let's say wood axe, chop down the tree, that one, and go this way. There, we now have free access into the laboratory. Obviously, the best location for the tree would be right here. Basically, the stairs to going down are located on this back wall. So if you get lucky enough and happen to have a tree available to knock the wall down right here, you can get into the lab without any ID cards or other hassle. There is still going to be a turret up front, so you do want to be cautious and careful about that. Don't just step outside the door here, because you will get shot by the turret. Let's demonstrate that. We go out this way, pop this open, and then peek. Hello, Mr. Turret. So, be cautious of that, but this episode was mainly to point out the alternative uses for chopping down trees. It can be done strategically to enter certain buildings. If you find a proper layout that has trees close enough to the walls, you can also use it to gather various resources. So, hope you found this information helpful. As always, your support is greatly appreciated. Feel free to leave comments down below if you have any questions, and visit my Discord channel to drop me a line if you have suggestions for future episodes. And I hope you have a good day, and stay safe out there in the Cataclysm.